Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine. But the carnal mind is foolish, obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just to me it's out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I'm not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Seek, speak, repeat, there's no way.
Hello. Welcome everybody to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena. Thank you guys for being here. It is April 27, 2026. Time is flying. I'm flying. I'm pretty high. And I hope you guys are too this year. It is a wise time to feel blessed, feel high, feel confident, and be in your vibrancy. Like really catch a vibe, with yourself. Glow up, but don't be on false energy. What I mean about that is if you need to wake up and get drunk to be on a vibe, wrong. Alcohol is poison. Like there's herbal remedies. I know, everybody has their drug test or everybody has their little opinion, but there's really true ways to elevate yourself, meditate, eat right, go out and drink good water, go on long walks, take long hikes, do whatever you need to feel like your best, because there's a whole system out there, a medical system, a government system that wants to destroy you, that wants to corrupt you, wants to make you sick, poisonous. And it's been this way for about 6 years, ever since COVID, right? We know that COVID had really took a health toll on society. Everybody was impacted. People were sick. People were down. People were confused. People were scared. Society had a direct blow. And so ever since then, it's been like an uphill battle trying to fight and figure out what's right, what's wrong, who's healthy, what to take, pretty much clarifying that the world's vibe, glow, health has kind of gone down in a sense, right? And that's why there's a lot of independent podcasters and researchers out here in the space who are trying our best to help people live healthy, right? Live healthy, live long, do whatever we can with electrolyzers, Brown's gas machines. We got electroculture that I promote, proper supplementation, anything that we can do to really feel our best. Because, when we are out of tune, when we are depressed, when we are sick, when we are mad, when we are agitated, our pineal gland and our spirit, our dreams don't work. Our intuition doesn't work. Our clairvoyance doesn't work. Our ability to seek, feel, and interpret life just doesn't really work, Our connection to the earth isn't really there when everybody's in a mad and sad and depressed and beat down state. It just doesn't vibe. That's not who we are. If we look at chakras, or if we look at even the Bible, It doesn't matter what religion. If we look at all religions around the world, there's a clear message that we cannot be living in hate. We cannot be living in disgust or sin or anger or violence, and that's leading nowhere. It only leads to death and destruction. And right now in society, we see like we don't need that. We don't need any more problems, anger, death, destruction, fight. So it's really a powerful energy to be like, yo, I don't need that. Let me be happy. Let me just glow. Let me vibe. Let me flow. Let me be meme. Like let me be healthy. Because that's how you win in life. That's how you take over your life. You stop letting society tell you what to do, and you do it yourself. You stop drinking and partying and clubbing like society wants you to do. Why don't you go on a walk, get some water? And I do that. And that's why I know it's so important, so helpful to speak this. Say it to our friends, say it to our family. And when I go out to the stores and people are like, yo, what are you up to today? I tell them something positive because it inspires them. And then I see them like, oh, wow, that's a good idea. Let's go do it. You know, we can only inspire each other and see results. Because if we try to destroy each other, there's no results. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you guys could donate to the 509 Divine Pines Cash App, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I am self-made, self-funded. My affiliates down below only help me out with like supplements and guiding with information. I don't take cash from any of my sponsors down below. There's no agenda. I'm not saying anything that is against me. It's completely self-funded, self-made. And let's get into this, guys. Thank you guys for staying true and staying tuned. First and for where is it? Right. Here we go. First up, Mel's Hole. So we're gonna go ahead and read a little bit about Mel's Hole, the legend of Mel's Hole. In the isolated hills just west of Ellensburg, Washington, there are places locals don't go, patches of land whispered about over cheap beer in lonely taverns and warned about in stories told around campfires. Among all of those forgotten ridges and lonely pine stands, one legend rises above them all, a place where reality is swallowed whole. They call it Mel's Hole. No one knows exactly where it is. Some say it's been erased from maps. Others swear the government sealed off the land long ago. But those who have heard the late night broadcast of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell remember when the story entered the public consciousness, and the mystery still continues today. Keep reading to learn the dark story. Yeah, I'm a fucking keep reading. Why'd you even mention that? The legend of Mel's Hole is a well-known urban myth about a mysterious, supposedly bottomless pit located in the Manistash Hills in central Washington state. Or around Ellensburg, for all my buddies out here in Washington state. It was first brought to public attention by Mel Waters on a radio show in 1997. According to the story, the hole can swallow objects, bring dead animals back to life, and emit strange lights. Despite these claims, its exact location remains unknown, and no one has managed to find it. Over time, conflicting theories have surfaced, including that the government took over the land for a secret military base, or that the story is a hoax, which it isn't. The story begins on February 21st, 1997. That's when a man named Mel Waters called into Art Bell's radio show, Coast to Coast AM. While the show's name sounded harmless, the host often featured local legends and urban myths. Mel's story was probably one of the most memorable. Mel claimed there was a literal bottomless pit on his property, though he couldn't specify its exact location. He said it was about 9 miles west of Ellensburg in Kittitas County, Washington. According to him, the hole was an open secret, with locals dumping trash in there for generations. Early settlers called it the Devil's Hole. During that initial call, Mel described how his dogs were terrified of the hole and refused to come near it. Curious to find out more, he measured its depth using a fishing line and weight. Reportedly, he managed to feed 79,000 feet of line into the hole without ever hitting the bottom. Can fishing poles carry that much feet of line? Hmm. Mel called into the radio show again 3 days later with more claims. Then he disappeared for a few years before calling again in 2000 and 2002. Every story seems to get weirder. The next time he called, Mel claimed that a neighbor had thrown his dead hunting dog, into the hole one day, trying to dispose of the body. Days later, the man saw the same dog roaming the woods, alive. The dog didn't recognize him, but he still wore the same worn leather collar. Soon after, electronics near the hole began to malfunction. Radio signals behaved strangely. Radios near the hole broadcast voice is were speaking to them in languages that no one recognized. Whoa. So there were voices being broadcasted in languages that no one recognized. Sometimes it was fragments of songs from long dead musicians. Then came the bizarre transformations. Metals left too close to the hole would change into other metals, steel to copper, brass to silver. Mel conducted experiments with friends. A bucket of normal ice was lowered into the hole. When they pulled it back up hours later, the ice was warm to the touch, but in fact, it never melted. In fact, it seemed to burn as though it were flammable. As if all that weren't enough, animals refused to go near it, storms never passed over it, and compasses spun wild at the sight. Some approached the hole, said they could hear cries from deep within, as though something or someone was trapped inside. In a later call to Art Bell in 2000, Mel sounded terrified. His tone changed. Whatever curiosity he had was gone. He explained that men in unmarked black vehicles parked along the gravel road leading to his land. Soldiers wearing sealed yellow biohazard suits constructed fencing around the property. Armed guards patrolled the perimeter. Mel said he was told the property was now restricted due to sensitivity and environmental testing. When he protested, they threatened to find a drug lab on his property if he didn't cooperate. They then offered him a large sum of money to walk away from his land forever. Mel described how he took the deal and fled to Australia and refused to say where the hole was. The story didn't end there. In 2002, Mel called the show again, but the voice sounded broken, afraid. Mel claimed he had returned from Australia to the U.S. but was abducted shortly after. He said the next thing he remembers was waking up in an alley in San Francisco weeks later. He had injection marks on his arm, and several of his teeth were missing, and his memories of whatever happened, gone. Later the same year, a small group of curiosity seekers and amateur paranormal investigators tried to locate Mel's hole. They searched public lands, creek beds, dense thickets. They found sinkholes, mining shafts without the hole. Reporters dug deeper, but no record of Mel Waters ever existed. Researchers say his identity was erased, wiped clean by government agents. Very interesting. There are more details about this case. I'm going to get to it right now. What do you guys think of Mel's hole? I kind of think there's an alien base. Like, there's no other reason that the government would be sending this amount of, security on it. That's what they do with like Roswell and the UFO crashes. They sent the hazmat team down there. And I think this next piece of information might help shine some light. So here is Mel's hole. Oh, why does the video not play now? Isn't that funny? Well, glitch in the system. But here's the hole. Here's the photos. Very interesting. Ellensburg and Manitash Ridge are beautiful in any season, but some people believe that what lies deep is a deep, dark hole with spiritual powers. A tribal man, a native man named Red Elk, is one of the only people alive to have ever seen the mysterious hole. A Native American shaman or medicine man named Red Elk said his dad is the first to show him the hole in 1961. He said, "This is an endless hole." Red Elk's been back many times and said strange things happen every time he goes near it. People get it confused with what they call the Devil's Hole. Many locals claim to know about the hole, but it didn't become a phenomenon until 1997 when Mel Waters radioed Art Bell. Waters said the hole had a 3-foot stone wall around it. It seemed bottomless to him, so he used an old fisherman's trick, sending thousands of feet of fishing line into it. What I did was sent down a roll of lifesavers, so when it hit the water, the lifesavers would dissolve. But the lifesavers came back up whole, no water. So how deep was this hole? Waters said he believed it descended miles into the earth, and he heard strange stories about its power. Red Elk said it was when Waters went public that the trouble began. Now I'm going public on this, and this land could land me in a pile of junk. Red Elk claims the government has a secret base there, an underground base, a very small underground base. That's how Red Elk explains the white boxes covering the area on some of the satellite images. He also said he's seen alien activity in the area. A huge spacecraft, one, will appear and hover over the hole. And that's when he said happens during summer solstice, when spacemen load and unload things at the hole before flying away. At the Northwest Museum and Legends and Lores, Phil Lipson said he's heard the stories. I believe there's a hole. I think there's actual true event, just something that's never been totally uncovered. Wow. Ellensburg Public Library historian Milton Waggy said the story became a sensation after Waters went on the radio. Said the phone rang off the hook with all kinds of stories about the hole, some explainable and some not. It just disappeared, which lends itself to the mysterious of Mel's hole. Did it just kind of rise out of a locked file cabinet and then put back in? So what if someone did stumble across a military base and then, like, you know, military covered it back up? Now, for everybody who wants to know who Red Elk is, I'm going to play this just shortly, just a few minute clip. So this is Red Elk speaking. Red Elk is an intertribal medicine man, a half-breed Native American and white of both Blackfeet and Shoshone nations, as well as part of the Irish and French lineage. In 1973, Red Elk went on a 69-day fast, taking water, juices, and vitamins. On or about the 49th day, Red Elk began to experience a vision about the future. This is the vision. So he goes on for about 2.5 hours. So Red Elk, this Native American shaman man, born in 73, stated his dad took him to the Mel's Hole in 1961. So Red Elk is a prestigious, is a well-known, a notable Native American who has told about Mel's Hole and the truth of it. And he has also made, well, I guess they recorded him. They recorded him speaking and his visions and the things he would say. And in here, I've already listened to a little bit. And if this audio is from 1973, he's talking about things now, like a new world order and all sorts of crazy things that are literally relevant today. So We're just gonna play a short bit. I know I cannot play all of this because it is 2.5 hours, and yeah, guys, come on.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. My name is Tata Shishke, which means red elk. And you are watching this film, trying to find out what is going to be going on in the future. Curiosity, whether you laugh at me or not, it matters not. I've been ordered to give what I've been shown and to teach what I know up to a point. And well, I will start this with a prayer, but before the prayer time, I would like to say, don't believe a word I say. I don't want people running out there with Red Elk said this, Red Elk said that. I want you to, in whatever way or manner that you can possibly do it, I want you to check and find out if this is true. There is only one creator, one God. Many, many names for this one God. So you go to your cultural way and you seek his knowledge and find out if I speak true or with a split tongue. Now, if you don't mind, I'll probably maybe interpret a little bit, but I'll pray in my way and know that this is from the heart, I tell you. Hi. Ikora chichi, oh ikora chichi. Tiotara, eniskele, kachata kwete no kwa. Piota kwate ta namahiwata piote. Naraska, ichata klikwa. Maske echitukwa. Hichata ta kancheta tukumbahi tata nyakko. Hala hiuchute kochata imiata. Ila kwatai nahi aihi. Aiska. Oh. Basically, I said, Oikoda Chichi, which breaks down into O Great and Living Creator. That is also a word that is used since the beginning of mankind, beginning of soul bearers. And it's used universally. And there are many people out there. We are not the only planet in all of God's creation that have soul-bearing people on board their planet. Aliens to you, I suppose. But brothers and sisters, to me, I don't care what they look like. And made for their environment. Their bodies are made for their environment, and a lot of them don't look like us. But I was asking the Creator to take this, telling this time of the vision and visions, because there'll be a little bit more on him, that it touches your ears and touches your heart, and that you will pray about it. That, like I said, in your own way, if your God's name is Allah, you go to Allah. He knows his name. If your God's name is Cosmos, you go to Cosmos. He knows his name. If your God is not a he but a she, don't worry about it. He knows his name. And he knows his gender, which is literally neither male nor female. But you pray about these things, and I've asked the Creator that this touches your hearing, touches your heart, and then it goes to the person over in that chair, and that chair, and that chair is watching, and all around the world, all around our earth, that this message gets out, and that each individual, please, each individual pray, talk to Papa in your own way, and see if this holds true or not. Now, I've been, in the contact with world's people for quite a while now. I've gotten a lot of letters that said, I've seen this, I dreamt that, or vision here and dream there, or think this or think that. And It does not surprise me in the least that many of these things are in. So, in our way, the Inahauka, we're taught to test 3 times. And we're taught, first off, if it's morally correct, what you see or whatnot is morally correct and causes no man harm, the chances are very great it is of the great creator. Doesn't guarantee it, but the chances are it's very great. So we test 3 times. And in that testing, we find out if at any time something that I recall seeing or something wavers, just wavers in my thoughts, then I just tell them, go stick it in the mud. Make up your mind, dude, because I don't think it's of the creator. And there's a number of times over the many years that I managed to struggle on this planet that, well, the scripture says he, meaning Lucifer, the dark one, can come as an angel of light. And I've seen that happen. And in the testing, the 3-way testing, often it would either waver if it's not of the creator, or blink off would go the sight of the Christ-like, angelic-like, Christ-like being that any would accept to be Jesus. But because I test, I learned that there's times that it's not who you think it is. And I would suggest that you test 3 times too. If it wavers or disappears, it's not of that. If it's morally correct and causes man no harm, it's a very good chance what you're seeing is of the creator. But you must check that. All right, in 72, 74, I went on a 69-day fast. Now, people had jumped all over me, said, oh, this guy's full of bull, he's a liar. He'd be dead. Well, they don't read what I've got on my website. I tell them flat out, I took vitamins and juices. Now, period. Get that in your head. Don't say I'm full of bull because I made the statement I fasted 69 days. I fasted nothing, no solid food past my lips. And I ended up at 179 pounds. I lost 79 and a half pounds during this fast. And to give you an idea, I was a pretty big man at the time. But
All right, guys. So we see red elk really does exist. Now, if you guys could, I need you guys to know something else exists. C60. Please, if you guys could go over to shopc60.com and get the ultimate antioxidant, the world's best antioxidant, a Nobel Prize winning antioxidant with C60 oil, 99% pure, sublimated with C60 and organic healthy oils, C60 gummies for on the go with sugar free performance gummies and your normal gummies. Tasty. C60 skincare, luxurious anti-aging skincare. So we got anti-gravity serum. We have the youth renewal eye cream serum and the C60 sexy oil. But if you guys would like, you guys can also go over to check out their pet product. So if you guys want to give your lovely animals a few years longer or just the extra strength and the extra glow, give them C60. They will love it. They will be addicted and they will be zooming faster than you can be moving. It might be a problem, but they're going to love it. So you guys could go over to shopc60.com and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines. Get C60 and get your life right. Man, I'll be honest, it is by far the best supplement that I've ever used. Best supplement, and I mean it. And if there's one supplement that changes everything, that just the simplest to keep you healthy for the longest, and you don't have to go work out and you don't have to do all these crazy extra stuff, it is C60. But that's enough of that. Guys, did you hear about this? So, man, I know 420 was right around the corner, but you can still get this because if you're like me, every day is 420. So, there's a new filter from Germ Guardian. Germ Guardian's new FLT 420B air purifier filter is designed to remove cannabis smoke more effectively than standard air purifier filters. Whoa, that is a win. As cannabis becomes more accepted, we recognize a real gap in the market to tackle cannabis odors and not just mask them. In our 2-week home test, over 90% of users rated it very effective at reducing cannabis odor. I've been using the FLT 420B filter in my home with a Germ Guardian AC 488 OB air purifier for several weeks, and I've been impressed with just how effectively it tackles smoke odors. In my case, the odors more from cigarettes than marijuana. I had the misfortune of indoor smokers moving into the unit below me. So this is from cnet.com. So the writer is speaking from a first person perspective. The FLT 420B filter has been effective at tackling the smell. So, very interesting. We finally have a product specified for cannabis smoke. While the FLT 420B was engineered specifically for cannabis smoke, its advanced odor control media targets VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds, broadly, making it effective against herbal smoke as well. According to the Germ Guardian, the filter is 300 times more effective than the standard HEPA filter and targets odors causing VOCs at the molecular level. The company says it can remove cannabis odor within 90 minutes. Though I'm not a marijuana smoker myself, I'm very sensitive about odors, and I have 2 asthmatic cats, and I'm planning on testing this soon. In the meantime, I placed the AC 488 air purifier with the smoke filter installed in my closet in my wife's office and shut the door. Using the UVC sanitizing light, which can generate a small amount of safe ozone, the entire closet was effectively deodorized in about 24 hours. The FLT 420B's advanced odor control media is specifically designed to capture VOCs and lingering odors like cigarette smoke. The UVC light is great for reducing airborne bacteria, germs, and mold spores, but it is less targeted towards chemical-based smoke odors specifically. Interestingly, after I pulled it out of the closet, the air inside has stayed deodorized. To further test how well the filter clear smells, I moved the Germ Guardian unit to my galley kitchen and placed it by my trash cans. Not much ventilation there, but there are plenty of VOCs. I left it there for over a week, and since then, I've noticed a distinct reduction in stale cooking smells and general improvement in air quality. Since this purifier is designed to tackle VOCs, it can help with cooking-related odors and gases. For a heavier kitchen used near a gas range, would recommend exploring our broader lineup of filters. So, this is about $40. Whoa, I'm definitely getting this because my family here at home, yeah, they complain, and my brothers and stuff, and they complain it smells like smoke. I'm sorry, guys. Holy shit, that's a cool technology, man. So, next up, guys, I got another thing that's super cool. Please, if you guys could, go over to boomerboost.com and get the supplements that you need to get to the gym. If you want something to get you to the gym and you're going to be like, you take it in the morning and you're going to be like, damn, I got to go now. I feel so great. I feel so good. It's these Boomer Boost products made specifically for our health in mind, strength in mind, natural compounds, natural ingredients. And if you want to know what combo, dynamic combo, my favorite combo, including the 70 nutrient Boomer Boost green blend. So, you have your green blends over there from Safeway, Walmart. And if you read the ingredients, you might only see like 5 or 10 or 15 vegetables. Definitely not with this. Nope, not at all. Boomer Boost, 70 different nutrients. So, there's a lot. There's 30, 40, 50, 60 different plants and vegetables and herbs in there. Maybe more. This Gladiator barley is a one-of-a-kind barley seed charged with ionic superstorm. So the seeds are electrically charged, electrically strengthened. The cell walls are strong. The molecular structure is strong. So this barley, stronger than other barleys. Where other barleys only grow 4 seeds, this barley grows 12 seeds in its pod. Now, if you guys would like, you can save 30% off the whatever sales are already out here. So, except the subscriber save. So, if you find any sale, let's see, on sale right here, and you use coupon code Joe30, you're gonna get 30% off your order. And hey, guys, they have amazing sales also that I just saw. 50% off on a couple of these products. We got heirloom barley, collagen peptides, omega-3. We have probiotics, lignans, resveratrol, ashwagandha, vitamin B, olive leaf extract. Use coupon code Joe30 and save yourself 30% off, and thank me later, because this company does not play around. Thank you for staying true, and thank you for staying tuned. Let's get into this next piece. But first, commercial break. I need to hit the restroom.
Gonna go far, that's what we on the run for, go hard. Sipping gin while we sitting, spitting those bars. Getting rich, got a vision, get the show cards. Lot of money laying around cause we go hard, always go hard. Spitting fire, see the sonar, hope they resonate with the vibe. Feel like Mozart, really I'm alive in my soul, feel like Mozart. That's what hoes are, too explosive so I show art. Yeah, I make art, sad to see people with no heart. I work to replace all of the negative, I go far with it. I'ma show all of these bitches, no complaining if you with it. Don't you dream me, see the vision, need my energy, the mission. Really take all my precision, every single day I picture where I'll be the day we get it. Feed the brothers, feed the fam, I don't really give a damn. I don't wanna get famous, I wanna lend a hand. Give the cash and rubber bands to the people always standing on my side, always down the ride, say I planned it. I'm the guy, life is supersized on the planet. In my mind, I don't gotta try, I already have it. I'll be doing damage, I was born a savage. In my mind, I already died, living lavish. Heaven is a state of mind, be glad if you have it. Living in a simulation, be patient to grab it. Universe will bring it to you if you ain't an average. If you live an average, then Satan's bound to manage your life. I'm just trying to tell you, if you gonna roll the dice, gamble in your life instead of living precise. I ain't perfect, but I'm gonna earn it. No, it don't concern anybody but my person. Lesson that I learned is that people are gonna burn. Anything you do, they gonna pay the price. Nothing nice come in life for the dipshits. They just wish shit, never gonna manifest it. Never catch me resting, short-term blessings. I just want my brain to work so I can write my next hit. Ignite the blessings, manifest my life, never question a moment in my life. I be knowing that it's meant to be, this my destiny. All the rest of my life really history. The day that I'm finally gone, they'll be missing me. Your position be the reason that I'm gone. 200 songs done, I've been on the run. I ride a wave, make a way, I'm the one. I stay the same, but I'm changing a ton. Rearranging my brain for the gains through the sun. I've been absorbing the light, I could say that I won. At least I'm conscious of what I'm doing, praying a ton. Relay all the information, staying patient with the shit. I write a hit just to get through all the shit. I ain't a bitch, so I'll make it. I ain't dealing with the prick, I'm finna take over the game. Really, I'm getting in. I'm really glad that you're here to witness it. I'm about to fix entire rap game. You could call it magic like a trick. Classic with the way I spit it. They be clapping when it hits. I be snapping on this shit. I've been rapping, feeling lit. I'm
Yo, yo, yo. I apologize for that. I was ready. I thought the commercial was longer. I also had to spark my joint. Yep. You know, here at 509 Divine Pines, we stay high, we stay blessed. And I will debate anybody who wants to try to argue with me about its spiritual efficacy relating to the Bible and things like that. Because please enlighten me. I'll wait, I'll listen, and you'll be wrong. Let's get into this. Health news. I should probably just open this. Probably easier. So let's see. So, a few pieces from Science Daily. First up, hidden stress may be damaging memory as we age. So, from Rutgers University, a new study reveals that internalizing stress and feelings of hopelessness and sadness and internalizing depressing thoughts will significantly speed up memory decline and brain dysfunction. Surprisingly, factors like community support didn't show the same impact. So like when we are filled with positive stuff and positive thinking and we have positive people around us, good things happen to our brain, good things happen to our life, our health. When we are surrounded by bad people, bad things, and hopelessness and depression and evil and anger, we will lose memory. We will lose brain function. We will just like lose ourselves. The findings suggest that targeted and culturally sensitive stress could also play a powerful role in preserving cognitive health. So, like, if a group of people were constantly sad about like 9/11 and they're just going on for years and years and they're over there making themselves sad, they could probably like ruin their health and have health decline and sicknesses. But if you're like me, all the people that like I talk to and I'm around, my friends, family, I always want to promote healthy things. Let's go hike, let's go garden, let's think about like cool fun stuff. Yes, sometimes my podcast and things get a little deep and dark, but primarily for the most part, I try to promote a lot of healthy thinking and love and inspiration. Like we can do it and we can make it. And I want to start companies. I want to feed society, give back to society, like I did over the last few years. I gave out like tickets to the fair, cleaned up parks, gave out free turkeys. Been doing a lot for the community. And no one's got to tell me to do it. I can feel like I have a need to love society and to give back to society, and I know that stuff helps. It makes people smile. Like haters are gonna hate, but the haters are gonna destroy themselves. And everybody around like me who appreciates the good things I say and do and promote, and all my friends who promote good things I love, and family the same way. That stuff's gonna provide health and provide longevity. So this was published in the Journal of Prevention of Alzheimer's Diseases, and it I guess the older we get, the more sensitive that these ideas and thoughts and have on our health in a sense. And so, we should be doing our best to always try to promote love and inspiration to everybody. Doesn't matter what age, young to old, and it can help us as a society remember lessons. Because tell you what, like I wouldn't remember a lesson if it was filled with anger, like from a teacher or a parent or a friend. Like if you're trying to teach me something in an angry way, a mad way, chances are I'm not gonna remember it. But like I do know those times where like I have people around and who are teaching things, and they are loving about it and joyful and open-minded and easygoing about it and playful. And those are the times where the memory really sticks in, and I'm like, I like that, and I remember that, and I enjoyed that, and I got a full vision and picture. So like we could see it on the macro and the short term, but there's also a real long play in the long term. And I think I said that backwards. Micro is small, macro is large, right? Whatever. You get what I meant. And so in the small run, we can see how it can affect our daily lives, by changing our memory. Like, in a mad state, I kind of forget everything. But and then like the long run, if you live a happy long life, you're probably gonna remember what you want to do and what you need to do. So it's good to take care of stress and be very, very adamant, to understand how to get rid of it and then to convert it. See, like me, every day, like I go through shit, but like I ask myself, how can I convert this? How can I convert this? How can I make this darkness into light? How can I turn the darkness into light? How can I turn the dark times into good times? How can I turn the bad times into good times? Right? And so like we can all do that and teach our friends and family to do that. And tell you what, the nicer I act, the nicer my dogs act. So yeah, there's that. We're gonna continue forward. Scientists may have found the brain switch for chronic pain from the University of Colorado at Boulder. Deep within the brain, scientists have uncovered a hidden switch that may decide whether pain fades away or lingers for months or even years. Researchers found that a small, little known region called the caudal granular insular cortex acts like a command center, telling the body to keep pain signals alive long after an injury has healed. In animal studies, shutting down this pathway not only prevented chronic pain from forming, but could even erase it once it had taken hold. Whoa. The findings suggest that this pathway plays a key role in turning temporary pain into chronic pain that can persist for months or even years. Whoa, so our brain can trick us into feeling a pain that isn't there, which makes sense when I hear stories of people going to the doctor and they're like, yeah, I had a problem here. And the doctor goes and checks it out like, I don't see anything. No, I know, I swear, man. Well, like, yeah, but on the x-ray and blood work, everything's good. So, like, wow, this and it could in a sense it could also be for heartbreak. So, like, let's just say you don't know how love is, and then you go and you find love, and then you break out of love, and then your brain starts tricking you into feeling that that's still there, or like that's constantly hurting you. I don't know, something like that, right? In a sense, I haven't felt like a little bitch in a long time. So, yeah, it's pain can fucking be tricky. That's why they always say mind over matter in a lot of these things. Sorry for profanity, but this is a real podcast for real people. We're adults here, right? So like it's mind over matter. And that is a true thing where yogis and monks and teachers for ages, the thousands of years, have been saying that this physical world, it's temporary. This physical world, we can uh, elevate above it, like through transcendence we can understand that there's we if we control how our body is, and our body can't control us. Like if people let a pain hurt them that isn't really there, and they don't, like, people aren't aware, and they're just constantly letting, oh wow, oh my god, and they don't do any research on it, and they don't understand this. Yeah, like that's on them in a sense, right? Like people, what is it? What's that motto? Ignorance is a bliss, right? So people who don't understand or want to understand or take into heart or knowledge are gonna be succumb to this pain, to this trick in the mind, like alcoholism. And for a sense, once at a certain point where, if, like, for me, I know this, like, there were points where I was completely in control of alcohol, and then alcohol took me over, and then um it tricked me into um being like, oh wow, this pain is good, this pain, in a sense, this pain is good, this pain is good, this pain is good, this pain is good. And it was just persisting for months and months and months. But my but the reality was like, oh shit, I'm damaging myself. Fuck, my brain has completely tricked me. So like, it's not just pain. It could be that addiction to pain, right? Where our brain is constantly tricking us, because there's an actual region of the brain, the caudal granular insular cortex. I'm just reading that off this paper right here. Like, I've studied neurology a little bit about the brain, and biology, and philosophy, sociology, psychology a bit. And so I understand these things in a deep level. I also meditate and smoke a lot of weed and microdose. So like, I really am part of the entheogenic, hermetic, shamanistic understanding of this from a true sense. And it's true. Like, we can override our brain. We can have mind over matter, in a sense. Our paper used a variety of state-of-the-art methods to define the specific brain circuit crucial for deciding the pain to become chronic and telling the spinal cord to carry out the instruction. If this crucial decision maker is silenced, chronic pain does not go away. If it is already ongoing, chronic pain melts away. The work comes at a time of rapid progress in brain research. First author Jason Ball describes the current movement as a gold rush of neuroscience, driven by advanced tools that allow science to precisely control specific groups of people and brain cells. So I currently think, and I hope you all take this to heart, and I hope you all listen very carefully. I believe we are in a new renaissance, a new era, a new understanding and wave of reality that, honestly, I hope you all elevate and get smarter and faster with the times being, because if you're not going to be able to keep up to speed, then you might be pushed out, and you might be lost. The tools and the answers and the knowledge is here, and if you don't see the signs, you don't read the playbook, you don't, like, listen to uh open-minded sources and do your own research, or um that type of stuff, like, it's gonna be hard in the future, right? It's already hard for people now. Like, okay. For me, like 10, 12 years ago, I was heavily involved in forums where I was like reading documentations, and I was reading game plans, I was reading maps, I was reading uh as much as I could, books and documentaries, and getting as much knowledge as I could. And I knew me and one of my buddies, we knew that this new world order, this one world system would come to bat. We predicted it was like 10 years before everything all happened, maybe like 7 years, something like that. And we are like, hey, according to all these maps and research, let's figure out when the pandemic or world catastrophe is going to be that they're all saying it's going to be. And so we were like within a year. I was spot on, and yeah, we were like a year off. He was a year off, but like still, we're probably around the same time period between there. If we like look at the Chinese release of the COVID, which was a year before, um, everything was spot on. So like even for the virus, like I was one step ahead, and I didn't take any shot. And so if you can be one step ahead with all the knowledge that's coming out, you can definitely preserve yourself, and you can definitely be healthier, happier, in a better financial state. Like I've taken myself out of like financial wreckage, I'll be honest. I I wasn't good with money earlier in my ages because I didn't understand anything. I wasn't well researched. I was kind of ignorant, and so it took time for me to mature, but I eventually found maturity and wisdom. So like now throughout the last 5 years, where I've had this podcast and met a lot of amazing people out there, um, hundreds and dozens of companies, hundreds of people, and they've all helped me. They've really shown me a better path, a better future. Helped me get my comprehension of reality and the financial system and the political system in line. So now, like over the last 5 years, I've actually avoided a lot of um, financial loss where a lot of people have lost money. I've gained money. I've all I've done is gain money. Like it's interesting, right? Over the last 5 years in COVID, all I've done is gain money. So I'm good. Like gain money, gain health, gain muscle, gain wisdom. I'm focused on the right things, and I know that like a lot of my viewers out here, you guys are too. You guys message me, and you guys keep me informed with your updates, and I appreciate. And I'm really am proud of a lot of you guys out there. Like I mean it. Like you guys changing your lives and showing how you're dominating and being now a manager or company owner, and you're stepping up and elevating, and you're getting in shape like that means a lot to me. And we're doing this together where like I do listen to things that are messaging me, like if you guys show me a clip or news piece and things like that, I bring it in, and when I give it back out, we're all like staying one step ahead of the game and one step ahead of the enemy, like together, right? Because together we are a society, and like if it's a wolf, like a pack, let's just say a pack of animals, um we're we're only as good as our weakest link. And so we can definitely keep us strong. We no matter who we are, where we are, no matter what level of life and how fancy you want to be or whatever you want to be, man, like be you. Just don't be negligent to the connection and unity of society, in a sense. Like that's because like war cultures understand this. War tribes understand this, and currently we're seeing it right now here in America, where if we are divided, we will fall. Nations that are not divided, they don't fall. Cultures that are not divided, they don't fall. They stay strong, they stay resilient. And currently in America, we're seeing a lot of division, but I don't promote that. I promote a lot of unity, and we should, as a community, have unity, right? I know that Hollywood wants you to think it's just it's you against the world and everyone's your enemy and everyone's your competition, but that's all bullshit. That's all from the devil's work. That's all Masonic type of propaganda to go ahead and get you enslaved into a warlike a violent type of competitive all the time, no teamwork type of mentality. And that's not gonna lead us anywhere. But you know, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. We're gonna go to the next piece of news. So another one from Science Daily. Let me get to it. Wait, where's where? A fatty acid. I said that's so funny. A fatty acid could restore failing vision from the University of California, Irvine. So, scientists at the University of California, Irvine have found a way to potentially reverse age related vision loss oh, by targeting evil to aging gene and restoring vital fatty acids in the retina. Their experiments in mice show that supplementing with specific polyunsaturated fatty acids, not just DHA, can restore visual function and even reverse cellular aging signs. Whoa. So, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, look, the wrinkles have gone away. Uh, I'm guessing the eyes would be sharper. Everything would be better with the eye health right there. Changes in eyesight are one of the most common signs of aging. Sit in a dimly lit restaurant with someone over 60 and you will likely hear them say, "Hold on, let me pull out my cell phone. I need more light on the menu." Well, I mean, even for like people who have contacts or glasses, like this is awesome. Anything that we can do to restore eyes and teeth, nose, hair, mouth, the stuff that's on our head, face specifically, that's revolutionary. And we already have the body down for the most part. Except blood. They can't recreate blood. Anyways. It says we show the potential for reversing age-related vision loss. The research invited collaborators from UC Irvine, the Polish Academy of Science, and the Health and Medical University of Potsdam, Germany. The findings were published in Science Translation Medicine in a paper called Retinal Polyunsaturated Fatty Acids Supplementation Reverses Aging Related Vision Decline in Mice. The study builds on earlier research of a very long chain fatty acid protein to evol elo ELOL fuck it, whatever. A gene widely recognized as a marker of aging. We showed that we have a lower vision when this enzyme isn't active. Pretty fascinating, I'll be honest. If this comes out soon, I'm game. New toothpaste stops gum disease without killing good bacteria. So, scientists have developed a new way to fight gum disease without wiping out the mouth's helpful bacteria. A major shift from traditional treatments. Instead of killing everything like Listerine, this targeted approach blocks only the harmful microbes that drive periodontitis, allowing beneficial bacteria to thrive and restore balance naturally. So, Listerine actually takes out your healthy bacteria too, if you don't know. Periodontitis is a common condition that can affect more than just the oral health. Scientists at Fraunhofer have discovered a compound that specifically blocks the bacteria responsible for this disease while leaving the rest of the oral microbiome intact. This innovation has since been developed into a range of oral care products by the spin-off company Pediotrap. The human mouth contains more than 700 types of bacteria, but only a small number are linked to periodontitis. These harmful microbes collect in dental plaque, especially along the gum line, where they can trigger inflammation, gingivitis. If left untreated, this inflammation can progress into chronic periodontitis, leading to gum recession and teeth loss. The risk extends beyond the mouth when disease causing bacteria enter the bloodstream, then play a role in serious conditions such as diabetes, rheumatic disease, arthritis, cardiovascular disease, chronic inflammatory bowel disease, and even Alzheimer's. Researchers at Fraunhofer Institute for Cell Therapy and Immunology in Halle identified a substance that targets harmful pathogens without affecting the rest of the microbial community. This compound, called guanidina nethola oh my god, I'm just gonna call it GIA because that's the acronym. The name is stupid long. It works by preventing the growth of bacteria like Purifier, gingivitis, what? Gingivalis. Look, if you're in the dental industry, I feel sorry for you. You're saying all these stupid words. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Rather than simply killing gingivitis pathogens, it inhibits their growth. They are unable to exert their toxic effects, so beneficial bacteria can occupy niches that would rather otherwise be inaccessible to them. Oh my god. In this way, the substance would work in harmony with health bacteria to gently rebuild and stabilize the microbial balance in the mouth. The product is designed to prevent periodontitis. Like conventional toothpaste, it also contains abrasives and fluoride to prevent tooth decay. That's pretty cool. So, new toothpaste. New toothpaste. Oh, I didn't realize that it was so low. Apologize. The camera fell a little bit ago. Now I have to fucking straighten it out. There we go. Yeah. There we go. All right, 1 minute. Let me pull up this. There's a lot of good things out there in society. And one of them right now, I'm going to tell you all about it. It is chemical free body. The greatest toxin remover, chemical remover, junk remover. If you want to remove junk and if you want to feel healthy, so this isn't anything about getting strong. This isn't anything about like being fast or anything. If you just want to feel like you removed all them toxins, and yeah, you're gonna get faster and stronger because of it, right? If you want to remove all them chemicals, them parasites, that junk, them heavy metals, go to chemical free body and thank me later. It is literally a A1 company, grade A company for parasite removal, toxin removal, junk removal. I mean it because I've been taking it, and you will notice within 1 week if you take a couple of these gut toxins, like parasite cleansers and different things, within 1 week you will notice your waistline go down and your body be stronger. You wake up sharper. They have an organic green juice with apple flavor now, and it tastes great. They have a gut detox. They have a toxin detox, probiotic and prebiotic formula, a weightless formula to help you feel light and lose a little extra weight. Digestive ultra enzymes. We have alpha energy, super soldier, which is a fulvic mineral, multi shroom, the daily V stack, nano silver solution, nano silver gel, all sorts of amazing products. And I will vouch for you. If you want to lose some weight, go over to Chemical Free Body and get a bundle. If you have family that you want them to lose some weight, or your significant other, or your kids, because you guys be feeding them too much Oreos and McDonald's, get them on this. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines, and I hope you guys are enjoying your night. Thank you guys for being here. We're gonna wrap it up tomorrow, Twitter Tuesday.